Hi, Phoenix. You really wanted to take Lizzie's spotlight. As soon as I clicked the button, you came forward. We were going to showcase Lizzie for a second, but you said, how about me first? And that works.
That's fine, Mr. Phoenix.
Good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. That's Judson, but that was serval Phoenix. I'm glad we saw Phoenix first and not Judson.
Not everybody's had their coffee yet.
I know, that kind of scared me, Judson.
Yeah.
Of course, Lizzie, too.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. And wonderful indeed.
Yes.
So what's the weather today, Olivia? It's kind of truthfully we're kind of strapping into a roller coaster. Why don't you talk about some of the temperatures that are going to be happening over the next 72 hours?
Kind of a challenging question. I actually don't know what the temperature is right now, but I'd guess somewhere in the 40s probably.
Close to 50 even maybe.
Okay, yesterday was 55 and then today a little bit cooler, and then by late this afternoon it's going to drop. And I think some potential snow, but the high tomorrow is 18 degrees. So I can't do math.
It's a big swing. I'm not a mathematician.
Yes,
either,
we are
Olivia.
Communications people, not math people, but somebody can do the math there. 55 to 18 degrees.
Yeah, single digits at night, and obviously it's something else that we haven't had single digits in February at all, really. But it went from about 50 degrees yesterday. It's going to get down to single digits tomorrow night, and then jump back up into the 50s.
Yeah, jump back up, and then even 60 on Sunday.
So that's the literal weather roller coaster ride. Emily Rose saying, "OMG, catching alive 2 days in a row, perfect."
That's awesome.
Glad to have you, Emily.
Oh, it's horrific. I like that one. That's a new one. Horrific.
Ooh, I might have to add that cat pun to my repertoire. And glad to have you. It's got to check in with some of the big cats. Yesterday, we're up here in our small cat track area, which is where majority of our rescued servals live, and medium bobcats. Obviously, the caracal trio is here in small cat track. And some other famous names here. Thane, serval Thane's right next door as well. So Lizzie enjoying her day. We got to see Phoenix, who lives with Lizzie. Noonda, of course, is right over here. And it's just a nice, pleasant Tuesday morning here at the Wildcat Sanctuary.
It is very pleasant, and the sun has come out just as we started this live. The clouds kind of went away, and Lizzie is soaking it up. Solar-powered, as you like to say, Judson.
Yeah.
These servals. Let's say hi to Noonda.
Noonda over here.
Walk on my knees a bit, Miss Noonda. Hi, pretty girl. And that's, of course, Thane behind her, also saying hello to all of you.
He's saying hello, and he's also, I think he, hears any or sees any type of movement coming from the prep room and is saying, hey, they're coming with that delicious chicken and beef again.
Being a little nosy. I think Thane is really sweet, and we'll hear him. I don't know if you all will hear him on this live, but Judson and I certainly will. Probably throw a meow in there one or two times. He's very vocal, serval.
Yeah, very much so. And Thane also, benefits from, human interaction. Obviously, human interaction here at the Wildcat Sanctuary is no contact, but Thane is a very social serval, and so he's a cat who certainly likes some acknowledgement of his presence. So I think it's a combination of, hey, I'm hungry, and also, hey, it's me, Thane, come and acknowledge me.
And McKinney saying, Thane, my sponsor boy.
Oh, that's awesome,
Thank you, Anne. Yes, he went puttering off. Here he comes. Back up the wall, still being nosy, of course. And Noonda going for a lap. I love how Noonda patrols.
Noonda's a big patroller.
She's a big patroller, and she is one of our oldest cats. We just did a reel a few days ago of Shadow and how active Shadow is. Even at her older age of 23, that is quite old for a leopard. And Noonda's similar. She's 22 or 23, correct, Judson? Yeah. And she gets up and moving. She likes to patrol.
And then knowing that Phoenix is Noonda's sibling, or the same age, and Lizzie's considered senior as well. Kind of older batch of servals here.
But they really enjoy being outside, especially this group.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And this is a nice habitat to do so. It's right in the mix of things. They like to watch their caretakers, as we were mentioning. And I like seeing them every morning when I park my car.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Lizzie.
Yeah.
That's right, pretty lady.
Yeah, a little bit of a sneeze. Yeah. Is spring in the air, Lizzie?
Yeah, we're all going to be getting the sniffles here soon, Miss Lizzie.
What's going on behind us, Judson? Are there any servals?
Bobcats cruising around. I see little Diva, Scarlet's around.
Let's go say hello. There's Diva up on her platform there.
Yeah.
All servals have big ears, but I can always tell little Diva because hers are saucers. They are huge.
She's got the real satellite ears, doesn't she?
She does. Also catching some rays this Tuesday morning. Lots of people popping in and saying hello. Yeah. Good day, Stephen from Australia.
Steven. Sydney Logan. Faith. Good morning, Faith.
Maria.
Vaughn.
Linda. Yay, made a live.
Glad
Lots of people.
You, Linda.
Catching the live today.
Okay, Olivia. Speaking of live, I'm gonna out myself here.
Okay, yeah. Well, how about I out you? I get a text late last night. Judson sends me the link to our awesome live stream, Watch Wildcats, and I'll let you take it from there. But it was pretty funny receiving that text.
I had an epiphany at about 9:30 p.m. last night that when I left the work yesterday, that I did not terminate the stream happening on the Ukraine Lion Pride. So watchwildcats.com. Surely many of you have checked in on that stream that's pretty much constantly going throughout the day. Well, Judson let it constantly go throughout the day and night, so I think it ended up being about a 23-hour stream of the Lion Pride yesterday. I'll admit I had some laughs to myself kind of panning through. It was a little grainy at night. Obviously, it's the security cameras, and looking into a dark habitat can be a lot to ask. But nonetheless, it was still fun to see that they're up to no good, kind of in the waning hours of the day and the early hours of the morning. And so kind of a happy mistake, as Bob Ross, the painter, would say.
Amanda said that she loved the overnight stream.
Okay,
yeah.
Amanda.
So a few people did catch it. I was wondering.
Yeah. So there's me. You know, it's in it again. That's a happy mistake. There's nothing to hide here when the sun goes down here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Just more cats running around up to no good. So fun that we got to have that little extended post with the lions yesterday, and then today, if you haven't tuned in, it's on Tigress Daisy's habitat.
Yeah, and if you did miss the overnight stream, that was a bear of a video, so I don't think it's up anymore. Is it, Judson?
Well,
23 hours?
It's in the live category, and when I went to check it, it was still processing because it was 23 hours long.
Yeah, it was long, yeah.
So it will hopefully be up on the live section of our YouTube page, and that's just watchwildcats.com again to get there.
Looks like we're getting some feedback that the internet here is maybe not the best, so we will pivot.
Not the best, little Diva.
Where to, Judson? Where is your heart leading you?
Well, I see a bobcat or a lynx enjoying some sun on one of their skywalks. So we'll head over there. That looks like
straight it is.
I'm gonna call my shot from here, and it looks like Mondovi because I see one ear erect and one ear kind of flopped over.
Well, then you're probably correct. I was gonna say we can take a bet on it, but if you notice the ears, then that is the greatest indicator. We have a couple other bobcats with ears like that. Can you name the others, Judson?
Well, I know Bonnie.
Bonnie
and Clyde. And then of course we can't forget Bella, who has some unique ears in her own right.
Yes. That's what I was thinking too. Bella and Bonnie. And then of course Mondovi. But Bonnie's similar to Mondovi. She just has the one ear, and that would have been from former hematomas in the ear. And the cartilage just doesn't quite rebound, which is why it flops over, but it has no long-term effects on the cat.
Yep, just a little tissue damage, but Mondovi's hearing and just his overall well-being is no worse for the wear.
It's a nice twitchy tail there, Mondovi.
Oh, and of course he's certainly aware that people are watching him right now. And who's on the back of that skywalk, Olivia?
Well, I didn't even notice Judson, so she was in the shadows.
It's a 2-for-1. Eurasian Lynx Aria, kind of maybe in the more shaded section, and Mondovi going full vitamin D up front.
Yes. She's catching some rays.
Yeah,
she
is. Yeah, she's got a little bit of both. She's in the Goldilocks zone, is what she likes to call it.
I didn't even notice her. That was a good catch. Hopefully the internet is better over here. You can always let us know in the comments. It's helpful.
Yeah. But a good morning and welcome to everyone if you're just joining us. It's another nice sunny day here at TWS. It's going to be getting a little cooler towards the end of the day and into tomorrow, but we're enjoying some good old cat time. Got to check out rescued serval Lizzie and some of her companions, and here we are. That's Bobcat Mondovi way up on his skywalk, and his number one, Miss Aria, right behind him, Eurasian Lynx. And those two are a dynamic duo, if there ever was one. And especially too when you learn about their story and kind of understanding that Aria and Mondovi, they may live together. They did not come here together. They came from two different rescue situations. Mondovi being found during a police call, and with Aria being a former pet and being surrendered to the Wildcat Sanctuary by her owners. So Aria, who was coming from that the private owner type situation, she was very shut down when she came. There's no denying the fact that these animals imprint on their owners. Yes, we know that it's inappropriate to own a wild animal, but that doesn't negate the fact that these animals are still going to imprint on who's caring for them. And when Aria came to the Wildcat Sanctuary, obviously she didn't have that type of connection that she was used to, and Aria was a little shut down emotionally. And it wasn't until we tried to merge her with this little bobcat right here with the flickering tail, Mondovi, who really kind of took a piece of his heart and shared it with Aria, if that's phrasing it correctly. He really kind of brought that light back into her eye, a light that we had never seen from Aria after rescuing her. And that's just obviously one of the many reasons we like offering companionship. Not only is it great to have another cat to keep you company, but another cat to lift you up, and another cat to maybe give you some perspective on this new rescued life. And that was what that little handsome man in the frame here did for his companion Aria in the back.
He's enjoying the retelling of his little love story. That was sweet. He's stretching out, sunning himself, grooming.
Yeah.
They do have a very sweet companionship. One of many, many couples here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, but I do agree with you, Judson, that their story in particular is very, very sweet.
Exactly. And, and I think that you talk about cats who I always kind of look over and grin when maybe I'm parking the car or maybe just driving the golf cart. I mean, I always will turn my head to look and see what Aria and Mondovi are up to. Two cats who will always put a smile on your face.
Absolutely. That's a good shot, Mondovi.
You're getting it nice and clean, Mr. Mondo.
He is.
You're getting it nice and clean. Yes, sirree. Let's see here, Miss Olivia. It really is nice outside.
It is.
Which brings me... Liz Green, welcome to the live, by the way. Glad to have you with us. I would love to go and check in on Bruno, Fiona, and Lloyd.
Let's do it.
It's a nice sunny day, and I imagine those kitty cats enjoying themselves.
Probably. I've been catching Fiona out on that hammock recently, sunning herself, which has been sweet to see. Fiona is definitely the shyest of that group. Not the biggest fan of people. So seeing her on the hammock is always gives me a little smile. Yes. Bruno and definitely Lloyd. Lloyd is always willing to come up to say hi.
Lloyd is about as smitten as it comes.
Yes.
When he is next to Bruno, it's so special. We can maybe try this alleyway, Olivia.
Yeah. Watch, we probably just jinxed ourselves, but we can try. I don't see any cats yet.
Bruno.
Let's see. Do you know if these
I see
three...
neither hide nor hair.
Yeah,
Olivia.
No.
Then it looks like they must be having a bona fide
cuddle puddle inside.
Inside. Well, and even better, one thing that I'm sure some people on our social media have seen or heard is that we have been recruiting lots of fire hose to make hammocks. And so I know that group, Bruno's group, just got a new hammock inside, a new hanging hammock in their bedroom. So I think at least we can imagine that they're inside cuddled up on that new hammock.
That is probably where they are. I would have to agree with you.
Yeah.
We'll keep walking though. Again, nice day.
We'll check in on Sarge and Glenn, and maybe the Bobcat trio. And then I think that might be a good little stroll for us.
Yeah. Faith saying, boo-hoo, no sponsor baby, Mr. Bruno. Sorry, Faith, we tried, but he is in there somewhere having a good time, being a cat.
He says, I'm curled up with my my other family. So,
yes.
So he still appreciates you, Faith.
Kelly, greetings. Better late than never. True, Kelly. Glad you caught alive.
Hey, Kelly. Oh, what's Sarge? Is that Morgan or Sarge rubbing on something here?
I think it's Morgan.
I think it is. I think she was rubbing
and then kind of fell asleep. That's cute, Morgan.
There you are, Mr. Sarge. Yeah, quite an interesting position here.
I think the sun got the best of her.
It is. It was like, I'm wondering if maybe that corner was getting some cheek rubs, and then it just turned into a, well, this is kind of nice.
That's kind of nice and comfortable.
Yeah. Bobcat Morgan. You can't divorce Sarge from his post. He's down keeping a watchful eye on all humans until he gets get some acknowledgement.
Let's go. We'll go. Sarge, you're posted up.
He says, hello, Sarge, reporting for duty.
Yes, exactly.
Keeping an eye on caretakers, making sure that they know that I'm to be fed first and I'm to be fed all of the food that was prepared today.
All the cats have wonderful names, but I really do feel that Sarge fits him so well. It matches his expression. It matches his personality. You're quite the little bobcat, Sarge.
Yeah. He says, I do it by the book.
And I did spot Glenn. He's a hard one to spot, but he is in one of his typical spots, right there in the trees.
Exactly, yeah. And,
yep.
And I think that just goes to show of a cat like Glenn, who is one of our more shy bobs. The fact that he can go and not only hide behind a tree, but elevate himself, get up off the ground, goes a long way for a special cat like him.
Lynn, this is the first live I've been able to make in a long time.
Hey, Lynn, welcome.
Good to see you. Good to have you back.
Yeah, and I recognize your name, Lynn, so I hope to see it more.
Yes, me too. Let's get back to Morgan. Morgan over here.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
I know. Taking a nap. She has officially closed her eyes.
Yeah.
That's a good spot. The sun does feel nice. Alice, there's my shy guy, Glenn. Aww. Glad you could catch Glenn on the live today.
Yeah, when we get on the other side of these lockouts, we should be able to get a little better of an angle of that cute mug of his. And, it's Glenn and Sarge being rescued together. They did come from two different rescue situations. They did come from that same California rehabber, though. But Sarge and Glenn definitely having a strong sense of companionship with one another. And I'm sure you've seen the photos, but Sarge is sure to go up and climb next to Mr. Glenn, and they get lots of cuddles up on that back skywalk. And then once things start quieting down for the day, around 3:30 or so, Glenn is going to stretch his legs and get a little more active and take advantage of his free-roaming habitat. But definitely knows when people are around, and hey, that's totally fine, Glenn. We're glad you got a place to head out of Dodge. What do we got here?
Joy says that she remembers you rescuing, going to pick up Sarge and Glenn.
Oh, the California Rescue Chronicles, Sarge.
Yeah, those videos. I remember watching those as an intern.
Any rescue that brings you to Malibu Beach, I think, is certainly one to be remembered. But glad that we could help Mr. Sarge out, obviously, in that situation. And it was kind of for the greater good. That was back in 2020 when California was really facing a lot of wildfires, and with native species being displaced by those wildfires, this rehabber needed help getting Sergeant Glenn, who were not native that she suspected to California, here to Sanctuary. So cool that we got to obviously help out these cats here, but kind of do some good for the world of wildlife at large.
Betty has a good question. With servals, long legs, can they run fast like cheetahs? That's a great observation, Betty. They are very fast runners. I can't say the exact speed. Cheetahs do average around 60 to 70 miles per hour as the fastest land mammals. But servals, too, are built for speed. They're built for jumping. They're very quick little cats.
Yeah, they're certainly athletes. That's without a doubt. And I think that's kind of cool. And one thing, Olivia, that at least something that I formulated in my head of servals being called. Look at Sarge over here scratching it up. That away, Mr. Sarge. Is servals being called the cat of spare parts, for those long legs like a deer, for the coat like a cheetah, the ears like a fox, and but that's how versatile they are. Is that you said it yourself, is that they're not only chasing their prey, they're leaping and jumping for their prey, they're listening for their prey underground so they can reach with those small little legs. And what do we have here, Mr. Sarge? You saying hi to your girlfriend?
And they're very successful hunters. They're actually more successful than your big cats like cheetahs and tigers are. Their percentage of having a successful hunt is going to be higher because of those specialized features that Judson was just talking about. And similar to bobcats too, these medium-sized cats are very, very good predators.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let's see if we can go around the lockouts. We might be able to get all three in one shot.
Let's try it. I think we will. Maybe if I come up.
Yeah, you can go right.
Let's go under here. Yeah.
Perfect. And then you can
perfect. Glenn. Yes. Glenn. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Morgan. She did kind of adjust. She's in a slightly more comfortable looking position, but still make me crack up.
Arm kind of hidden under her is odd, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go, Morgan.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, she says, oh yeah, that's a little better.
So Glenn up in the trees, Sarge, Morgan.
Let's zoom in and stay on Mr. Glenn for a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I love that.
Also very relaxed, enjoying outside time.
Exactly. Seeing those soft blinks from him. He's not glaring or worried about us here. It's again just kind of the powers of the skywalk and the free roaming habitats.
It looks like windy winter weather is Detroit Lakes, Minnesota.
Ooh, DL. I love that area, RJ. I know. It's snowing in 7 degrees. It's going to be single digits tomorrow night. Sorry, Glenn, I'm probably talking a little loud for you. But yeah, it'll be single digits tomorrow night. Sarge, he says, I see some movement by the prep room. I'm just going to go
back on patrol.
Double and triple check. Faith doing a little research for us, finding out that servals can run
40 miles
at speeds of up to 40 miles an hour. Golly, that's incredible. We got a little bit of that wind here that just kicked up, as you can tell. Well, Olivia, let's jump over to Archer and Copper.
Alrighty. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, we're getting a good dose of medium cats here today at the Wildcat Sanctuary.
Let's see. There we go. That's perfect. Nice to see you, Archer. Oh my goodness. There we go.
He says hello and howdy doody.
These two are social cats too. I feel like every time I'm over here, they're up at the fence saying hello to me.
Hey, Mr. Archer, where's your other half?
I know. You keep an eye out, Judson. I'll hang here with Archer. But another example of these skywalks, I saw them mentioned earlier in the comments. These skywalks even go into the trees for these boys, so I really love how caretakers have adapted this habitat, especially for bobcats. The bobcat trio next door, their skywalks extend all throughout the habitat, but it's really great for these climbing species like bobcats. And Copper came to say hello. There's Judson and Copper. Hey, dude.
Hey, Mr. Cop.
I know you always talk about his eyes being a copper color, but that coat in the summer, I'm starting to see the orange peeking through.
Yep, you certainly have a lot of red in your coat,
yes.
Mr. Copper, and yeah, you're gonna look very, very red here in a couple months.
Yes. And Archer.
Looks like he's rubbing on some leftover scent there in the back of his cave.
That bobcat tail up and very happy, flagging.
Yeah. What, you got some stinky stuff back there, Mr. Archer?
Where's Copper?
Copper also is maybe
slinking away.
Snooping out some leftover scent enrichment here.
Hey, Copper. Hi, handsome. Let's see, get into the comments here. Lots of people saying they want a little snack. Once again, the paparazzi lets the cats down.
Yeah. It's that time of day, though. I could go for a little snack.
Yeah,
even.
yeah, me too. That's a good point.
Oh, Mr. Archer, you look so handsome.
He does look handsome.
And I gotta say, you look like a supermodel next to Mr. Copper over here, who you know is. It's still
Judson?
winter. Copper.
Okay.
A little extra hair.
You better be nice to Copper.
He certainly. I saw him kind of walking over to me, and his primordial pouch, as they say, was very prominent, Mr. Copper.
So if you're gonna call me out on lives for insulting cats, you leave Copper alone.
Well, I fall into the school that Copper. I'm not an expert. But I guess I just look. Maybe it's just two different body types.
Yeah, exactly. We just did a video on sanctuary weight too. It's just sanctuary weight, Judson.
Okay.
But Archer, I have to agree. Archer's looking a little more supermodel-esque, even for other bobcats too. He has long legs.
Yes, Copper. I think is just very kind of round and.
Yes. Faith picking up a lovely lion song. Good ear, Faith.
Ooh, nice,
that was
Faith.
a brief lion song. I'm impressed.
Oh. Ew.
Liz Green saying it's sanctuary weight to blame. When you get that close, do you ever get sprayed? You bet. We are on the lookout. I'm always on the lookout. Judson is too.
Yeah, and I mean there's little kind of nuggets, Olivia, too, that I always like showing people. Is just to kind of give them concepts as to, the many reasons is why, you don't want to own these types of animals as pets. But I mean, everywhere you look, that's dried urine.
Yep.
All of this along the fence, all of this white is dried urine. All going
all the way down.
All the way down. Every one of these poles has dried urine. Particularly the corners near their water buckets where they
like to pee in their water.
So this is all dried urine, going down the shared wall, obviously, where they're kind of competitively marking. So not only do we need to be aware that the humans might get marked, but just understanding that these bobcats, just in their very nature, are marking, and you can only imagine what that would smell like and look like in a domestic environment in your home.
Amanda's saying, but Judson is the cat's favorite thing to mark. Maybe. They're one of them. Yeah.
Unfortunately. Oh, you, Mr. Bobs. Well, look at this. Let's go catch Mr. Sarge, who's joining Glenn on the far platform. And I think that'll be
a nice wrap up.
Exactly. A great way to sign off.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're just passing by, Sarge. You keep on hanging out with your handsome man.
No. That's a good spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice, Mr. Sarge. And yeah, I mentioned earlier that Sarge was at his post, and Sarge, like many of the cats, like keeping an eye on the caretakers, especially before feeding time. But, we also saw Sarge use his scratching post. He came up, was sitting by Morgan for a little bit. He's going and checking in on Glenn. So he's staying active. He's got a full agenda, and we like seeing that with a cat like Sarge.
People are calling you out for when you got sprayed by Leo.
Leo, I think Leo's was a lot, but I think if anyone can remember, Winona has sprayed me, and that I was totally, completely unexpected, and unfortunately, I think a little of that got in my mouth.
Oh, Judson, that's
sharing
awful.
Too many details.
Oh my God, when was that?
That was last winter.
Oh,
not this winter, but last winter. But yes, it we have to wear it like a badge of honor here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Such is life with wildcats who it's in their nature to mark. So
that's true. And going back to what you said, that's why they do not make good pets.
Yep, exactly.
That is instinct.
You can compartmentalize all of it, the danger aspect, the ethical aspect, the cruelty aspect, but then obviously, selfishly, it would just be a bear to have something like that in your home. So,
well, let's end on a more tasteful note. Something a little less.
That
was horrible. What am I saying?
Yeah.
That was horrible timing. Oh my gosh, I walked right into that one. Well, you wrap us up, Judson, because now I'm just stuck on Winona spraying in your mouth.
Off here. Yeah, it was a fun day, everyone. I'm glad we got to Olivia. We got to check in with some of the servals. We got to check in with some of the Bobs. We talked Aria and Mondovi and their connection with one another, and kind of kept it light. Just got to spend some time with the cats, and especially on these light days, there's so much to be kind of learned and to be shared. And I always encourage everyone to, hey Sarge, to go and check out our website and maybe learn in more detail about some of the cats that we saw in today's live post, just to help kind of even kind of deepen the understanding and all that happens here at the Wildcat Sanctuary and all that you make possible. Sarge, you were just up there. You heading back?
He just had to check things out first.
Okay. All right. So everyone, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, halfway through the week. Holy cow!
Wow.
But we'll be staying warm, as we mentioned. It's going to be a lot different weather tomorrow, as you'll see if we do a live post. So. If you're in the Midwest, stay warm as well, and thank you all for doing what you do for the rescues here.
Yes,
That's
thank you, everyone.
Olivia.
Yeah, that was well said, Judson. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, bye, everyone.
Bye.